Perfect timing. I like it. It wouldn't be Monday if we weren't getting into some kind of trouble. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Marathon Mondays with Mal. We're in the hard surfaces shop this morning, also known as the Corian shop. We're going to show you what's going on here. I came down here this morning and the guys were working hard and it was really cool. And so I said to John, let's get into it this morning down in hard surfaces. But one of the cool things is we were looking at all these DAs and sanders and bits and all kinds of stuff. It's kind of a cool thing. And you guys missed 2 tickets to Paradise Eddie Money right before we went live. So anyway, hope everyone had a good weekend. Got a couple of things to show you. We're going to go from here through paint and out through our steel shop, our steel fabrication shop. Because one of the things you might not know, especially if you've been watching the show for quite a while, is we also have a steel fabrication shop right here at Marathon, the mothership. All right. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you've got questions. We've got Abigail with us this morning, and we are going to get into it. The hard surfaces, kind of along with cabinetry, it's the heart and soul of a coach. Where do you wash your hands? Where do you take a shower? On hard surfaces. Take a look at this. Absolutely beautiful. What coach is this going for?
64.
64. 1364s, galley countertop, you guys. And one of the things that you know that we've talked about is I love a sink that is made of Corian. I don't like the stainless steel. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So what are you working on this morning?
Just to show you guys, because it's missing most of it, this will actually get glued up here. Along with the rest of the perimeter, will get pieces on it. And then this will get a cove.
Oh, okay. So you're going to hand do that.
Yep. So this will be a no drip sink, so no water will splash out the edge of the sink all the way around.
And I hope you guys heard that. It's a no drip sink. Basically, this is going to get attached to this, and then they're going to hand concave, or is that probably the wrong term?
It's concave, yeah.
Yeah. And they're going to put basically an edge that's got a nice concave to it, and it's going to be a no drip sink. And that's important because, as you well know, water on the floor of a coach is not a good thing.
Yes, sir.
It's beautiful work. It's one of my favorite colors of Corian that we use.
And just a little fun information fact.
Yeah.
These galley tops take anywhere from 23 to 27 pieces to complete.
23 to 27 pieces.
Pieces of Corian, different pieces of Corian stacked on top of each other and put in different spots. Like right here, you got 1, 2, 3 pieces of Corian just right there.
And it was all assembled together. And if you can see that close, John, you can see no seam. That's how pretty that is. And this is not even a finished, a finished part. Take a look at that, you guys. That's true craftsmanship, because what you're seeing there is several parts put together right there, and you can't tell that it was separate parts. And especially when it gets done and polished. Yep. So what type of finishes do you put? Satin on this one. So a satin finish, so kind of a semi-gloss?
Yep.
Okay. Man, that's cool.
You'll see a nice gloss off from an angle, but if you look down on it, it still looks flat.
I love it.
As opposed to polished, you know, if you look down on the polish, you'll see kind of yourself through it.
Yes, yeah. What's your favorite finish that you do? Is it the satin finish? I think that's
the prettiest one.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a softer finish.
Nice. And Corian, and I've said this many times on the Marathon Monday show before, it's a serviceable product. You can service it, you can clean it.
Yes, sir.
If there's scratches,
we can refinish it.
You can refinish it. That's fantastic. Beautiful. Awesome.
Thank you, sir.
That's what this is all about, you guys, is every single coach is unique. Every single coach is custom made. And I think this display right here shows that. Some customers might want a different finish. Some customers might want a different galley top. There's so many different floor plans. Here's another thing that really stands out. We were talking about different parts going together. Take a look at this. How long does it take to set?
About 15 to 20 minutes for the glue to completely harden, and then we can start working on it. So that's already hard.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you can see this has 1, 2, 3 different layers, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces just in this one, plus the sink itself. And on this particular coach, the drain on the sink the collar was so big.
Right.
I actually had to add 3.
Oh, I see what you're doing, right? Yep.
So normally this is not on our sinks. I had to custom put that on there just for these sinks.
So I want to show you guys what he's talking about there. May I pick this up?
Yes.
Cool. So take a look. This is a sink, and because the customer or the designer picked a collar that goes in here, and it was a little bit larger, we didn't say, no, you can't use that fixture in your sink. We customized the sink so that it would actually fit the fixture that the customer wants in this sink. That's really cool. And that's just custom. I love that. All right. That's pretty too. Look at that. But this is a really good example of how much time and effort it takes. And you can see over here, John, also the under lighting, the lighting that we talk about so much on this show is getting applied right here. That indirect lighting is one of the more important things that people forget about in a coach. In a luxury coach, you want all kinds of options when it comes to lighting. And underneath the counter, having that, thank you, look at that. The LED lighting strip, you see how thin it is. And it needs to be thin to be able to put it underneath countertops. And awesome. Thank you so much, you guys, for letting us invade your space. All right, let's go look over here. Before we boogie out, I want to show you all the options of Corian that's in-house. Take a look at this. All of these, John and I are standing by kind of the wall of blanks. And, you know, this weekend I was watching, they had a big, down in Del Mar, at the Del Mar Fairgrounds down in the San Diego area, they had a big surfboard shapers contest at the big board show. And I was watching guys use their planers. That's what they're called when you shape a surfboard. They use a planer. And that's the same thing they do with a DA in here, is they,
He's gonna spray paint it.
yeah. Okay, take a look at that. No bare. Now, another thing I want to point out here, what he's doing is he's painting an edge that's never going to be seen. But we never put a bare wood edge on there. And you see how this one's already painted over here. But he's got this one over here. And that's just the details. Behind cabinetry, you're going to have a finished wood. It's going to be painted like that. So that's just the details that you see, that you don't see, excuse me. But what I was talking about, when they use these DAs and they're shaping all the edges of this Corian. It reminded me of it when I saw the surfboard shapers and their planers this weekend down in Del Mar. Anyway, this is such a cool shop. So much goes on here. Oh, thank you. There it is. That's a DA. So, tell us about this.
Air's just applied, just like through an air.
Right.
Our switch to turn it on and off, and then the backer, we have 4 different pads we run through. We run through a 150, 220, 320, and 400, and then we'll satin it from there.
So, literally, you're going step down or step up?
Step up.
Step up,
Yeah,
okay.
the higher the grit, the smoother it's going to be.
Okay.
So the lower the grit, the coarser it's going to be.
Okay, so here's the question. What's the highest grit you have to use to get the element that you're looking for?
For satin, it's 400 is the highest.
Okay.
Polish, you can go up to 500, 600.
Gotcha.
But honed is just up to 220.
Wow.
And then we use a Scotch-Brite pad. For the honed, we use a red Scotch-Brite pad. For satin, we use a gray Scotch-Brite pad. And then for polish, we have to use 2 different polishing pads, a yellow one and a white one.
Man, so a lot goes into it.
Yes, sir.
So, how many coaches are you guys working on at a time in here right now, would you say?
Typically 4 coaches at a time. We have a board over here that we keep track of.
Okay.
Right now, we've only got 3 coaches up, but we typically have 4 coaches going at a time.
Very cool. 4 coaches going at a time.
this is our list of coaches coming up. So right now we're on 64. So the next one's 71, 65, so forth.
That's excellent. That's excellent. And I think you guys see, with a lot of coaches being built, it's not just that, but it's the service department. You guys also help in the service department, whether it be remodels, reimaginings, or also,
Yes, sir.
like we were talking about earlier, servicing the countertops or anything that has Corian, even entryways.
Yes, sir.
You guys do a lot of entryways now. Man, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Ralph.
That is fantastic. And that is a big thing about Marathon that I really appreciate is the willingness of the employees for letting me, invade their space. I hope we didn't have any Wi-Fi issues as we came out of there. Sometimes coming out of that room, we have Wi-Fi issues. We're actually going to go now into the steel, the metal works room. Excuse me, the fabricating room. Abigail is with us this morning, and we have some questions. Let's jump into here and let the Wi-Fi settle. Here, John, let me get over here. One of the things I want to say before we have a question, Abigail, you see the gentleman behind me, everybody? That's Paul Farnsworth. He's in our metal shop. He's probably our top fabricator here at Marathon. He's been with us for 30 years. So 30 years, and that's half of his life, he told me. We had an employee that was out for quite a bit of time, and he came back last week, and Paul is, in his off time, he does a lot of cooking, and he's known for being very good as a cook, and so he made some really good steaks. I don't know if it was tri-tip or what, but he was telling me about it. But wanted to show you guys or highlight that gentleman behind me. But that's a good example. We go from the Corian shop and how willing those guys are for showing me what they do and the pride that they have in building these parts that go into these coaches. And then you've got a guy like Paul Farnsworth, who's been with us half of his life. He has spent half of his life in this building working for Marathon. In fact, the fence line that is on our west side of the building, he fabricated it and installed it. So that goes back to 1994. Really cool. And it's really neat to, as someone who has not been with Marathon a lot of time, to be involved with a lot of people that have been here for so many years. So wanted to highlight that. Abigail, do we have any questions? Questions or comments?
Hi. There was one. Let me get to it. Yeah. Is the generator taped into the coach fuel tank, or does it have a separate tank?
Okay, so we're asking about the generator, the generator on the coach. We're going to do a separate show. I was talking with Dave Bash actually last week about the generator. Everybody knows on the new coaches, we've got these beautiful 20 kW PowerTech generators. Previous to that, about 3-4 years ago, we had Kohler 20 kWs, but the generator is such an important part of the coach. And so we're going to get into it and kind of how those things work, because one of the cool things about our generators is they're also extremely serviceable and quiet. All right, so I am going to get into that with Dave Bash on a separate show, so thank you for that question or comment. One thing I want to show you that I saw this morning is, this was last year's shirt. Okay, look at the front. How beautiful is this? With that pinstriping, that old school pinstriping. Isn't that neat? That's the front. And then the back. Now this was designed by Pete Sutton last year. Isn't that neat? Now I want to show you this year's shirt because I'm really excited about it. This is a shirt that you're going to see at special events for Marathon. I love the color on the black shirt, but look at the back of this. Look at the retro feel. Got that retro coach on there. This is designed by Pete Sutton, the head of our marketing team. And, he won't pull out his trombone and toot his horn about his skill, but I'll pull out the trumpet and show you. Isn't that really cool? So this shirt is actually going to go to Derek Williams He's the guy that answered our trivia question a couple weeks ago about can you dig it? I knew that you could. Which a close second is the Warriors, but that is can you dig it? Okay, so we're going to go through here. This is the steel fabrication area, and as you can see, John's going to pivot around and show you all of this steel. All of this steel, most of this steel is supplied by Far West Steel, a good local company that's been around since 1956, the year of Elvis, if you will. Oh, smoke on the water? I can dig it. Paul Farnsworth over here. What are you eating this morning?
Chili, homemade chili.
Chili. Before we walk down here, I was telling everybody that you've been with the company 30 years, half your life.
Half of my life.
Man. And, you know, it's people like you that really make the heartbeat of this building.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you. And, you know, I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. So it's as someone who hasn't been with Marathon for a long time, I really enjoy working with people like you, Paul. So thank you. We're going to head on into service and see what kind of trouble we can get into there. Hopefully no Wi-Fi issues though, right? Smoke on the water. What a classic track. Okay. 1226, you guys, right in front of us. 1226 getting a new life from one corporation to the next. We're not going to go, well, maybe we will go inside because we're all about getting into trouble on Marathon Mondays. So here's the deal. 1226 started its life as it's a non-slide coach, but it was set up for a corporation and it is now being remodeled for a new corporation. And so there's a lot going on inside. As you can see, there's a lot of the guts, for the lack of a better term, out here. Let's just peek our head in here, John. And you can see, I love the walnut color on the sides. It definitely has a corporate feel. And hopefully we don't lose you as John walks through there, but this is what Marathon Service Department does best. Remodels, reimaginings. These Prevost chassis, as you know, are designed to go for decades. If they're maintained properly, you can reimagine them 2 or 3 times if need be, depending on the owner. But this is it, you guys. You know, with the engineering in-house, with the designers in-house, with everyone from, like we saw, the hard services to people like Paul Farnsworth who do our steel fabrication. We have all of the resources in one building to reimagine a coach severely, as you see right here. So very cool to see 1226 get a second life with a second owner and a second corporation. And so big thanks to them for trusting us to do the remodel. Very cool. John, let's head on out this way. I'm sure Abigail's got a couple more comments or questions before we get out of here for the Monday. All right. And it's break time at the mothership, so we don't want to invade too much space. We want to give our guys their time. So, Abigail, you got some thoughts?
Yeah. Well, everyone loves his shirts.
Yeah,
very cool.
I know, real cool, right?
We always get some really awesome merchandise.
And the way to get these shirts is be at a marathon event.
Yeah, someone was asking if they could purchase one.
You know, it's a very good question, and I don't want to neglect that question, Abigail. Mm-hmm. We still don't have product available online, and part of the reason is we want you to come to our facilities, Florida, Texas, Oregon. But my man Derek Williams is going to get this shirt because he answered that question so coolly and quickly. So I want to give him that. But this is a new marathon shirt, and you know, we build these coaches, but we also sell and market these coaches, and I don't want to overlook the marketing aspect of them. And so it's really neat that we have the resources, and our company invests the money and time and effort and resources like Pete Sutton into doing such a cool shirt like this that you can get at events all the way from Florida to Texas to you will see these down in Indio a lot. So it's really cool.
Yes, and he has confirmed he's very excited to wear it.
Oh, Derek is?
Yes.
I love it. Well, he earned it, that's for sure.
So we have spoken upon this a little bit
Sure.
before, but we have a question about emergency exits and how they work. But
Let's go.
yeah,
Let's talk about emergency exits, because that is an important aspect of owning a coach, is the safety of a coach. So we don't want to overlook any aspect of the safety, because it's a big part of it. And John, we can just show it right here. So on a coach, and here we are, this is, I'm not sure, it's a 10 or a 12-year-old H3, could be older, could be newer, but you see these windows right here? This is a pop-out window. This entire window here is a pop-out. There's also one down there in the bedroom. On both sides of the coach. We are on the curb side or the patio side. On the driver's side, same thing. So this is a Prevost chassis, the safest vehicle on the road, okay? That's why you see these things used for big municipal buses. Also, lots of tour companies use the Prevost chassis, but Greyhound, you know, kind of the staple of bus travel in the United States for decades. That's why they use the Prevost chassis, because of its safety features. And one of them is on every side, front and back, it's got these windows that pop and push out. So if you need them, you're out and you're rolling out of the window. Hope that never happens, but a very good question. So big ups to whoever asked that, because you know, safety is why Marathon builds. Safety and comfort is why we build on this chassis.
Mr. James Olson.
Who is it?
James Olson.
Jimmy Olson?
James.
Yeah, James. I changed it to Jimmy.
I
give a nickname
understand.
to everybody. All right, let's go.
I have another question for you, though.
Yeah.
It might not be something you have the answer to.
Wow, these are cool.
What coaches are you bringing to the desert this season?
Oh, it's a great question. What coaches are we bringing to the desert? The quick answer is, I don't know yet.
I knew it.
These coaches are selling so quickly. Some of them don't even make the website, you guys. What coaches are we bringing to the desert? There is a rumor that I think I know what coach is going to be down there for the Marathon Halloween party with me and my man Jim Cogley. But we never know, because that coach could sell. Exactly. And if that coach sells, we have to honor that. Even if it's not delivered in time, it could still go to the Halloween party. But we wouldn't do that to the new owners, because it's their coach, right? So we never know. Sometimes we never know until a couple days prior. So one of the things that Mike LeBrasser, our national sales director, does very well is moves coaches all over the nation. Think about this. I'm just one of our sales guys. We have we have a great sales team throughout the United States, and they're all over the place at shows. They're all over the place at rallies. In fact, Dennis McBride from our Texas location, he was just up at Durango doing that rally. Casey Hess is down with Pete Sutton, our head of marketing, at the NASCAR rally. So you got to have a coach there. You got to have a coach here. You know, Randy and Don are up in Michigan. Mal and Jim are in Indio. You know, we've got these elements all over the United States. And one of the toughest parts is organizing, getting a coach to all these events. But another part is they're selling so fast. So it's a roulette game. So, boy, I answered that fast.
Yeah, you did.
I just got 740 words out in 15 seconds.
Had like a little mini essay there.
That's right. All right. Anything else before we boogie on?
Let's boogie.
Let's go. We're going to head out here and close up this show by getting a good shot of what's going on Monday morning at the mothership service. Here's something cool that I want to show you. See that behind us? That's a trade-in. It's on the road, headed on down the road. Here's another Marathon that's getting ready to be done in service. And then right behind John, if John pivots around, here's another coach that is in service. I really like this coach. Looks brown, but in a certain light, it looks purple. Am I right, Abigail? Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. So, we got another question?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
As far as the leveling system for the Marathon coach, are they all air leveling, or is there a hydraulic system?
No hydraulic system in a Prevost chassis. Airbag leveling. Probably the best leveling system in the industry. And you wouldn't expect anything else but from Prevost and from Marathon to bring you that. But here's another thing. It's very versatile. It's versatile because you can drop the air, you can level it. It's very customizable, especially in these new coaches. They have auto leveling, they've got manual leveling, and then they've got like a drive. You just hit drive and it brings everything up to a drive level. Very cool. Good question. The Prevost leveling system is done with airbags, and that's also another thing that makes the ride of the Prevost chassis. I'm describing it with my movements. When you're going around corners, the airbag compensation and the rigidity work together. So it's really cool and comfortable. Yeah, all right. That's about it. Hope everyone has a good week. It's going to be a busy one here at Marathon. We got everything from coaches getting finished to coaches coming in and out of service, and that's what we do. If you're looking to get into a marathon, MALW, M-A-L-W at marathoncoach.com. Big thanks to everybody here at Marathon. A big thank you to our staff over in the hard surfaces area, the Corian services area, and to Paul Farnsworth, who we got to say hello to, who's been with the company 30 years. And of course to John and Abigail for chasing me around every Monday morning. Be yourself and do good things. Have a good week. I'm gonna go get some coffee.